So Jackie, you must be very excited because when is it? September you'll be moving in to your new school?
We're moving in September, and it's the end of a fantastic preparation and building of an idea and negotiation and planning with with Dominic, our architect. And it's just so exciting. Every time I go in there, I get really excited about it. Yeah.
Which is great, actually, because it was quite a challenging site, actually, because it's very constrained by the existing school on the site and the sort of boundary conditions. And so it was a little bit wedged in between a boundary and an existing building. But hopefully, I think we've sort of created the spaces which you were looking for.
Absolutely. I think when I started, I knew what I wanted because I'd seen models of good schools other places, but more I knew what I didn't want, and I think you picked up on what I didn't want very well and worked together with us, all the children, the teachers, all the stakeholders about what we would want. And as I go round now, I think yes, we've got it, or at least we will have by September.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to suggest is that we go in, through the front door, and Jackie, you take us on a tour of the school.
Right.
Of your school, that Dominic's made for you, in order to be able to share the conversations that you had together that brought about these different parts of it, the more special parts and the ways in which the whole school makes a family of belonging inside it.
Well, what we wanted was a high impact at the front door, and that's been done by a lot of glass, which is, I think, is very attractive. Another feature is there are two doors coming in at the front door, so that although it's very high impact and it's all glass and it's absolutely wonderful, it prevents anybody just going straight through without being checked to make sure that we know who's in and out of the building.
That's often called an airlock.
Well, no, it's actually a combination. It's double use space, but you're right, it's an airlock as a lobby, not only to assist because you don't get a big rush of air flowing through the space when you're opening the door, or the receptionist gets rather chilly when the doors are open, but it also did work as a kind of a containment area for people. And you've got a big plasma screen on the wall there for our school notices.
So on through the ground floor.
Yeah, so downstairs we've got all of the ground floor is vocational classrooms, and they're like plazas that I saw on the continent, where they had huge rooms where vocational projects could go on. So we could do hair and beauty, we could run a business because there's a very
So this whole ground floor has almost a kind of high street kind of feel to it.
Yes, yes it does. It's
people using it as if they were inviting and working with members of the public.
And it is very grown up. There are various parts in the building that are double height
spaces, yes.
Yeah. And the library is particularly special. Do you want to talk about the library?
Yes, I mean, the library is a very important space, but another great thing actually is that the fact that the library is still part of the same volume as the main sort of entrance social area, the double height space in here. It does actually connect. It's not a physical wall in between them. So it actually feels much more part of the overall school rather than being a kind of a room which is locked away. But I think that would be a very special space. And there's opportunities when you're in the social space here. For instance, Jackie was very clear from the very beginning that she wanted an aquarium within the school. And we thought it was a great position to locate it actually within this fat library wall, so you can look through the aquarium into the library and vice versa, which should be rather nice. The library does have a little bit of privacy, but you also have kind of glimpses through sort of little trophy cabinets.
So everything is an invitation to come in and sort of use it.
I'm also very taken with the fact that it was explained to me when we were in the planning stage, but it's very evident. This is a long corridor and it's broken up. It doesn't feel like a long corridor because the light that comes in through the double height spaces breaks it up all the way down, and it's actually a very interesting long corridor. And
we don't even like to use the word corridor in fact, actually, but what should we say? Circulation gallery or something like that, particularly at the upper level, because it's single-sided. You haven't got banks of rooms either side of it, and it's largely dependent upon natural lights for the illumination rather than, which is not only great just from a sort of a supervision, discrete supervision point of view, but it just experientially for the staff and the pupils, it's much more enjoyable to be moving through the school.
Well, there's something very special about it because it looks quite small on the plan.
It's a great scale, actually. It's a lovely scale,
Yeah,
I think.
but actually it's quite big because a lot of these spaces are surprisingly large for rooms off this thing. So I think it looks to me like there's a nice balance of openness and intimacy that a school with 60 children in kind of needs.
Yes, education has changed as well because we're now working together with children's services. So to be able to create a building that's got small spaces as well as big ones and facilities where social services, health, various other people that come in and out of schools all the time now can actually meet with children or with adults or with parents anywhere.
So take us through some of these small spaces then.
Okay, let's talk about upstairs because this is exemplified here. That between each pair of classrooms there is a small group room which is accessible from either the circulation space outside or the classroom on either side,
which was completely designed by Jackie, I hasten to add. In fact,
Thank
we
you
were
for
just
that.
technicians.
Jackie takes over.
Exactly, we were just the technicians just drawing it up, but that was.
There are 3 of these group rooms which could be used for extra literacy support or just a discussion with an upset child or somebody coming into the building that needs to work with somebody, or it could just be planning for something. It could be adults, it could be children, it could be somebody from the local authority that wants to have a small meeting. It could be for many reasons. We don't want to keep our building to ourselves because we think it's so wonderful. We want to share it with people.